going on, guys? Let's get this live stream and adjust my camera a little bit. Alright, so we'll be doing some seam sealing. Let's get this intro started. My name is Boba Joe Carrera. I make Saiyan Armors. If you're familiar with my videos, you know what I'm doing right here. If you haven't watched any of my videos, you're not familiar with seam sealing, go back and watch some of my old videos and scour through them. I know they're like 2 hours long each, but that's how I roll. Alright, so I want you guys to see every single part of my creation process, and I don't like editing out the whoopses and the I want you guys to see that's important. So behind me here we have a Cell Saga. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this seam sealed. Thanks for joining if you're popping in now. So I use extreme stretch. I know everything's kind of backwards, but try to keep on these comments. Put a new one in. All right. Slice off the end. I like to put a little taper on it. When I flow things around, it never gets quite clogged. You can always smooth out. Paper towels. These are essential for keeping your tools clean. Your tools are going to be your hands, so when I'm working through here, I want to keep my hands as clean as I possibly can. Water. Water is critical of keeping your hands just smooth. Because this is water-based. It's not a lacquer-based. Extreme stretch is really strong, and then there's no horrible chemicals you have to really worry about. Alright, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to go around this armor and just make sure all my areas are sealed up, everything's connected really good. Double check, triple check. Looks really good. This is for a bodybuilder. This will be at San Diego Comic-Con in 2 weeks. So I'm busy on it. I'm getting it locked down right there. Let's get the seam sealing rocking. So usually what I like to do is getting in these small little crevices first, and then I'll go and overall seal. If you've never worked with this stuff, it comes out, it's much like toothpaste. And I'll take my time flowing it around here. I'm listening to some old school anime music, so little playlist I enjoy. I love that 80s anime soundtrack. Just taking my time, not rushing it, just flowing it in those low areas there, creating a really nice bond between both areas. So I'm slowly working my way around this perimeter here. Alright, keeping it smooth. I love that animated music, but sometimes it's just like, alright. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is just put a line right across here. Flowing out all the lines. You want to make sure everything's just feathered, very nice. You don't want to have a hard edge of stream. Let me give you a little closer look here. I'm still going to be working this, but give you an example. See that? That's just too hard of an edge. I'm going to come back over this and just go back and forth and really make sure everything is just looking very nice. Cleaning my fingers every time I make a sweep as well. Beautiful, very nice, very feathered, smooth. Beautifully feathered, seam sealed chest. Now I just focus on that. I will go to all the rest of this armor, but right now, I just keep myself right in here, and then quality always stays up. You know, I don't. If I were to just skinny around this, I would just get lost, and then I would be like, okay, I messed up over here, but I'm already busy over here. So make sure, just step by step, I just here. Now I'm gonna focus over on this section. So move it over to this way. See why it's so important to have that paper towel. Just to keep myself clean. everything out. Give an example, close up. All right, there's a bead right there. What I do is I take my finger and create a trough, and I'll just push it into that seam, and as I move my finger up, it flows out that trim. So it has a very nice, it's connecting it. Just take your time. So normally what I like to do is I go upwards, and then I'll come back down, moving the opposite way, back and forth, back and forth. Anytime you work with Bondo or seam sealer, that motion going back and forth, you know, even things out. Whoa! Get messy. But you don't want to get, you do not want to get your fingers caked up with this stuff. So this is like my little bird bath here, just getting my tools clean. If I let it gunk up on my fingers, every time I make a move or try to make a clean swipe, it's gonna rake it. It's gonna look terrible. So keeping your fingers clean. Take a look at it, I want to make sure I'm good. Beautiful. Now I'm going to focus on this side. So just going to finger this. It's already building up on the sides a little bit, so just make sure I'm getting these. So seam sealing, where I come from with doing this is automotive. I used to restore a lot of cars. So when I weld two panels together, I'd have to seam seal to breach those two steel structures together or within a car panel. So it's the exact same thing as what I'm doing on this. It's just going in that seam, making it very clean. Now I can get away with a little bit with this because I'm putting rubber over top of this and then paint and whatnot. So, but it's always good to be as neat as you can. So everything is nice and feathered here. There's no outstanding lines when you move it back and forth and really work it. So that's good. I'm gonna move over to this side. Okay. Laying a bead. Focusing on everything, making sure I have good seams. There we go. Front seam seal. Let's move over to the back. can't really, you have to press against, but not too much to where, because the armor's pretty light. So it's tricky to lay the beads in there, but there we go. There we are. What I usually do is if I've got excess stuff on my fingers, I'll start laying it around the perimeter. Again, keeping my hands clean is crucial. I don't want to rake, I want to smooth. Alright, it's all smooth, feathered out. I'm happy with that. Start working on the perimeter of this. What I usually like to do, instead of caulking around there, I go with my fingertip, create a little dollop like this. It looks like a little white pile of doo-doo. Or ice cream, went for the doo-doo. Just go like that. Boom. See how I trough that? I'm gonna come over to this side. I have a little bit left. And just swoop it down this way. Oh. After you've done that over 1,000 times, it's very easy. Control, don't lose control. Linking these up really good. Alright, let's do it. Good. Flip it around. You notice, I put a little bit on my finger, gives me ultimate control over everything. You're making things look beautiful. good to be doing good work. I've been working so hard all day. I don't even know what time it is. I just know I started around 7 o'clock this morning. I've been kicking into high gear. Gotta get this perfect. It's going to San Diego. I want this guy to look perfect. He's a bodybuilder too. So this guy has muscles. He's really built up top here. So let me show you the difference between an armor that's built for somebody with a lot of beef and then somebody not so much. So here we have a smaller. And this is an example of what's underneath all this. Where it starts and where it gets to. So this is a much smaller diameter. The cut is different as well. You can see from the side here compared to this one. So, look at everything I designed. See this and that? They're even planed, and then you have your separation. That's just like the anime. I always try to look at those lines in 3-dimensional. Now, a lot of people are like, why don't you curve your chest more? I'm like, I don't really want the booby style armor. I like the subtle curves that I like creating, and I've created over the years. That's just my thing, but anybody can make armor and make it their own thing, put their own little twist to it. There are some absolutely incredible armors being made right now. Some Saiyan Armor, some of the like realistic movie style. It's not traditional, it's more like a custom, but I've been seeing a lot of it pop up now. It's just like, this is rad. I've been waiting for everybody to get on this Dragon Ball train and let's start like pushing, and if we all make like incredible armors, eventually they'll be like, all right, let's make a movie, you know? And then, doubt it. I doubt they'll ever make a movie, a DBZ. And if they do, they should make it like Ready One Player. Okay, I think I'm done with this guy. He seems sealed here. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Jumping the gun. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I might as well stick this over here. Okay. Okay. Take a look at this. Okay, the white line looks pretty good. It looks like a... Alright, I'm not gonna talk. Talking like Scarface, talking about white line. That's not good. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Done. That's how you seam seal. If you wanna this way. I mean, you can do it any way you want. This is just particularly my fashion of doing it. Doesn't mean I'm the right way. You can make Saiyan Armor out of cheese, and it would be just as cool. And probably really, really hard to do. There we go. Hi. If you have any comments, questions, they usually pop up and then they just disappear. Or do they? This is number 905. That's number 1022. 905, 1002. You can see the difference in designs. Subtle changes in the aspect of the way the armor is shaped and everything. This is much more contoured, but of course, not everybody is shaped like this. This fits me like a glove because I'm a little fat and it fits me much. Oh, I saw a comment pop up, but I missed it. Why they do this, YouTube? Like, there should be like a little thing, like Twitch, so I can check out these comments. something about Saiyan Armor making. After this, I'll check the comments and really make sure I'm answering anything that pops up. Oh, so I'm probably gonna set up, put a live stream on my Instagram. I like to go live there almost every day, but I do want to pick up here on YouTube doing live streams if I can gather enough people to hang out. See, you're just coming over here, so it's like I'm just on Instagram, just on YouTube. Holy mackerel! Look, maybe I'll reach some new people today. Oh, hey, what's up? Same fuck. Thanks for joining, man. I always appreciate you guys. Oh, but you should really know how to make Saiyan Armor if you've been watching my videos this much. Back up this camera. It's a little bit of a mess inside my studio, guys. Well, good. I hope I see some armors coming from you. Tag me in a post if you do make them. So this is the... This is my favorite armor. I love the Saiyan Saga. Something about the Saiyan Saga just always has captured me. Oh, just kind of relax a little. Make some comments happen. Let's talk. You know, I'm not live on Facebook anymore. I actually deleted my Facebook app. It's very seldom that I'll go on my Google app and just go on the Facebook, you know, just to keep up with my messages and stuff like that. Sergio? Is it Sergio? Serge? Are you Russian? Hello, my name is Serge. I actually knew. I used to, back in the day, I'd hang out with these, a bunch of Russian people. I'm pretty sure they were in the mafia. Gotta save up for some money to get some appropriate tools for this. Oh, okay. Yes, and let me show you something, because, man, when you first buy a Dremel tool, you're like, I'm gonna get the cheap one. Don't do that. Don't waste your money on the cheap one. Just get yourself a Dremel tool and make sure it has high to low and at least 4 settings in between there. This is the Dremel 3000. And it doesn't have all the fancy stuff because I use the tail. So I connect this on here. So this is tool number 1. If you want to work with foam and be able to shape things out, get yourself a Dremel tool. And you'll see on the tip here, I use a sand drum. And this is a 5/8 drum at a 120 grit. Don't use 60 or 80 grit. It will flare up your foam, and then you'll have a really fuzzy edge to it. So 120 does it. Trust me, it cuts enough. You don't need a higher cut than that. And that's important when I'm doing my edges here. I want everything to be very smooth, and so the 120 helps that happen. See that seam sealer all nice and smooth in there? I get the back sides in there. I really just coat it in there, get it caulked in. And this is like times 600 stretch. It's incredibly stretchy, incredibly sticky. I don't know what this YouTube thing. Should I be like, make sure you guys press like and subscribe? I'm kind of going off the path here. Also about tubing thing. It's just like silicone. Don't use silicone. Don't use silicone because when you put rubberized coating, it will lift up the edges. Buy this. See that? 6,000 is the stretch. I mean, this stuff is incredible. It costs a little bit more than your average stretch, but trust me, this seam sealer is the bee's knees. I know it's backwards. I don't know how to fix that. Oh well. Flipping my camera might work, but I like seeing comments and responding to people. But yeah, silicone, I have learned that lesson. I used 100% silicone over an armor once, and when I put the plasti dip over, what happened was the silicone, the nice smooth edges just went rolled up. It was terrible, so I had to throw that armor away. It was no good. So use yourself and use the white. I don't like using the black caulking. There's something about it just doesn't work as well. It doesn't smooth out. And then also, it's key to have visual of what you're doing. So I can see this. I can see where there's a mark or something's messed up. When I do it with the black caulking, things can get lost. And then when you put the paint on it, you're like, oh, there's a ripple I should have caught a long time ago. I'm kind of going back inspecting this because really I have like 10 minutes to really play with it before it's cured. If I were to go back and try messing with this, it would peel up. So it's got to cure. It's got to really harden in. It takes 24 hours to cure up. So this one will sit overnight, and then I'll put the rubber coating on tomorrow morning. And we have this guy next. I got this all beefed up. I'm gonna be taking it down to the river, swimming at the end of the month. I appreciate that, man. You know, as of late, more people want just relic armor, just armor that you can put on display, not really wear, but just have. Actually, this armor right back here, which is the new Vegeta Legends armor, so this is going to be getting some side flares on here. I've been kind of procrastinating on getting this together, but because it's not an order, it's a side one, so this will be for sale. Somebody can buy that and hang on to it if they want. I mean, it's just kind of a relic piece. It's shaped to where somebody like Vegeta would fit inside of it. Okay, guys, I'm going to reset here. I'm gonna go on Instagram and do a live stream on there because that's where this client lives and he kind of wants to see that thing come together. So thank you guys very much for joining. Thank you for subscribing. Hit that like button, hit that share button, whatever you want to call it. Subscribe, I don't know. Do it to it. I love you guys. I hope that anything you see here helps you in your creations and your armors. Feel free to leave a comment below. Ask me any questions you might have about it. If there's any materials you have questions about, and let's just do a quick run through that again. We have seam sealer. You can buy this at Home Depot. Great stuff. Get the DAP Extreme Stretch. Extreme Stretch is 600 times the stretching strength. So you can take note that it's never gonna really rip apart. It's gonna have the flexibility you really want. A thing of water and paper towels. As you can see, I used the living daylights out of these. They are quintessential, and I don't throw these away when I'm done. I let this dry out. This, in turn, becomes the perfect battle damage or weathering tool for doing acrylic washes. It gets a little stiff, so it has some cool context in that. And when I do my armors, such as this, it really adds to the effect when I'm going through here adding in color washes. All right, guys, I love you. Good luck on all your adventures in creating armors. And if you want, join me on Instagram at Cosplay Corp. You can follow me there while I'll be doing a live stream seam sealing this one. You can also check out all my older videos. I know they're hours long, but you can filter through those and kind of get the gist of what's going on here. Love you guys. Take care and be well.